For a very long time now, we have seen a lot of copies of games like Factorio and to some extent a little bit actually Shapes too as well. This one kind of combines both of them into a very, very clean and good looking demo, I would say. This is Modulus. I've been playing it a little bit and I think they got something good going here. So we're going to take a quick look at this. I will show you what the game is all about and you can decide for yourself whether you like it or not. There's a free demo down in the description, so if you're interested in that, you can take a quick look. So, welcome to Modulus. It's a factory automation game without recipes. Partially true, I would say. There is recipes. They're just different. Our goal is to construct a large number of buildings assembled from modules. These buildings will produce valuable items, which in turn will expand your factory even more. Alright. So, our first mission is quite simple. Rotate the camera. We do this in every single game. Not even worth complaining about anymore. So now we need to get 8 extractors down. They have a very easy way for you to realize which button you need to click every single time. So if you ever wonder, it's this one. It's this one. And yeah, I appreciate that. Something that I really value in video games, and more the longer I play them, is just like fidelity of the UI. Not only like graphical fidelity, but like how well does it work? How good do I feel using it? That is so important. So what we placed there was one of these furnaces that will produce the polyrock blocks that we are mining from these polyrock extractors. Now we're gonna place some quick belts. This is nothing new. Click and drag. Very easy to understand. And out of it comes these blocks. Next then, inspect the pinned module. We have it up here. This is the sort of blocks that we eventually are going to be producing, which is pretty cool. It says place down a cutter. We have the cutter right here. Going in the designated spot. If we then click on the cutter, we can select to split them up in different solutions. Yes, so when we are inside of the cutter, we have a few different options that we can do. So we can split it into four slices. We can do 2 slices, or we can do 3 slices, which leaves us with 3 slices and 1 leftover. Or we can do 4 slices, and that's just a cube, means it wouldn't do anything. We're gonna need 2 here because the shape we're doing is 2 slices across, so that is going to be what we need to do, and we hit confirm on that one, and out of this should then those shapes come out. So if we do that, we can see it right there. Now we're gonna need to actually split this up a little bit so we can fill up this assembler. This assembler will not work unless you have filled all of the inputs. That does kind of mean that even if you're using the same input, you still need to actually input that to the same the assembler, both of the inputs. So you have blue inputs and you have green outputs. Configure the assembler to craft the modules. Alright, so now it is what we need to be aware of and how to make it work. Something to keep in mind here is that when we're playing in the tutorial, we actually get an understanding of what we need to do. In the future, we're gonna have to look at this and try to understand how to put the pieces together to make it look like this. So for this time, we're gonna have a fairly easy time. We just need to flip these around a little bit, and then they'll show us with the green markers where they need to go. So something like that. That will be what we are producing. And if we continue with that, we can then finally get to actually build our gray core facility. This is our first actual production line. And with that, of course, we're gonna need some belts as well. This is the first time that we are not just able to input something directly into the building we're building. We're gonna have to use some cranes. So to do that, we are just plonking those down right there, they will automatically bring everything into here that we need. We can see that we also need one more item. It is this little thingy-majig right here. The tutorial will walk us through how to do that as well. We're gonna need a splitter to split that. And we're going to need a cutter, because as you can see, this is more or less this guy, but it's split in two, right? So we need to cut it along the long edge of the whole thing. So when this comes in here, we again have the tutorial helpfully giving us a pointer of where to go. We're gonna need 2 columns wide as well as high, so that will be the one we're using. We're then gonna flip it and put it on its side, if I can figure out how. There we go. And you can see we get 2 of the correct outputs. So we just confirm that one, bring out our tracks here so we can get the conveyor belts in, and we're gonna need a few more cranes for our core facility. Those are gonna go to the lower or the furthest away, and we're now producing the gray cores. To build to collect items from these buildings, we cannot use the belts or the cranes the way we have done before. Instead, we're gonna have to use something called harvester pads. Harvester pads, you can find it down here, and more or less acts as logistical robots, I would say. We would need to link this harvester to one of our production buildings. You can see on this little icon right here that this building is not being serviced by any drones. Each of these buildings can service multiple actual production facilities. We can see that we have 4 harvester drones here, so as long as we're not running those too busy, we can always have them working. Let's continue further on here. We're gonna have to drag out another belt, and this belt will be used by the gray cores that we are bringing in with our bot. So as we see the bot coming in here, you will quite soon see that we are going to have items coming out on the belt here as well. In the meantime, we can get one of these gray bot assemblies up and running. That should be pretty good. And again, any assembly buildings or any production buildings are going to need these cranes to be able to put items into them, and of course bots to be able to bring items out of them. Alright, so we now have the cores up and running. They tell us a little bit about this whole thing. Good spaghetti. It's like they know my channel. You seen this before, developer? Alright, so now then. The gray bot assembly is of course producing gray bots. They do this with the help of a few different modules. One of them being the similar as to what we had before, but in this case actually only one width block. So if we go down to here, we should be able to get a splitter in here. So if we hit T, we can mirror stuff. That allows us to split that right here, bring you guys up this way, and have another cutter that will cut the double wide ones into single wide instead. And to do that, we kind of just need to flip it like that, and we'll get 2 doubles instead, or 2 singles instead. And that one will then go directly over to here and input into this guy. I just failed that. Look at me. Get rid of you. Let's make a new one that will actually be where it's supposed to be. And we have now managed to get the next little piece of the puzzle done as well. I'm gonna remove these pins that we don't need anymore. And we are going to be continuing to use something called a monotoner. This kind of paints the items that we're working with. So we're gonna need, let's see, these guys for example, right? One easy way to do that would be to just cut these in half. So instead of just bringing them straight in here, We can go mono painter right here. We can then go splitter. Let's see, terminate you. Actually, we can go the other way around. So we do a cutter. We then go splitter. Keep hitting the wrong button. Splitter into there. The cutter on his hand will lay it down. And it is going to be just like that. Okay, we're actually cutting too late then. This is actually too late. Okay. We will reconsider this then. So instead of having them do this, come on. We will move these and they will be right here instead. But to do that, we also need to move you one step and then bring you guys into here, right? Is that correct? That looks correct. Okay, and now that we get these... Hold on. You should be cleared. Can you clear so we can get the fresh one? There we go. Now we just need to lay these down and flip them once and put on the cut size to 2. And that will give us the correct item right here, as we see in this picture if we lay it down a little bit, something like that. It's more or less the same, just a different color. Color will be handled by this one, so we can either make it white or make it black. We're gonna keep it at black, and that should give us the output that we're looking for. And we can then just continue and send that into our delivery location as well. So let's add a crane, couple of cranes even, and that should fill this up. Very good. The bot assembly actually needs a large number of cores to produce bots. You can use the Yes. You can use the duplication tool to quickly add more core facility along the existing conveyor belts. Make sure to use the extra modules or crafting. Yes. Yes. We don't really have that much backlog here though, so I'm not sure how useful that will be. I think if anything we should put this on a completely new belt. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just get... we'll just go E, get these guys. Can we rotate you? Yes. And we'll just put them right here. And that will be more or less the same situation, I imagine. We'll do that. We're gonna have... Let's see, this one should go away. We'll just clean this up a little bit. I am curious if this will copy the actual patterns as well, or if it will only copy parts of it. I guess we'll see. We should have 4 items on each here, yes. So if we go with some extractors, we can bring them in right here. You belts into the first one. So that brings us out those guys as well as those guys. Yeah, that just gives us exactly the same thing. Very nice. Very nice. That's all we needed. That is all we needed. Now then, place down at least 1 extra gray core facility. That's what they said, so we can actually utilize this. So if we go E and then... No, E is for moving. Sorry, C, and then we go and get this. We can go and place a few extras. I think maybe 1 is probably enough. Something like that. Yeah, that is looking pretty good. We also need to link the harvester to the second one, so we do that the same way. We can already see that this one has a connection, so we just need to add this guy as a connection. And they're now being collected. Next up, we're going to build the space depot. So we're gonna need a harvester pad to be able to again get the actual bots, the gray bots, out of the gray bot assembly. The only way you can do that so far is with the actual harvester pad. So we'll do that. I'm thinking that this is probably going to be in the middle somewhere. Okay, go away. So maybe we'll go with the bots. How about here? How about there? Place a second harvester pad and link it to the actual facility. So we now are getting the bots. We can now place the depot as well. Input bots to meet requirements. That's exactly what we're doing. Nobody likes greens, so we're gonna build on top of those. And we are going to start to deliver our first bots, which are coming in right here. Very nice. Very nice. Right, congratulations on delivering our first bot. You are now officially operational under GNN command. The Grand Neural Network expects you to fulfill its orders and has high hopes for you. It's good that someone does. With rising demand, it's crucial to keep constructing buildings. Remember, one of each won't suffice. You'll need many to increase requirements. Now you can upgrade buildings. Buildings will be temporarily stop production and then they will be producing at a higher level. So to be able to upgrade something, we can go and take a look at our production right here, for example. So if we go down to here, we can see that we can produce 1 instead of 2 production levels, which means that we will be doing 3 bots instead of 2. So with the same building, we will be producing more bots, and more importantly, it won't actually use any extra items. So it is strictly an improvement, and it doesn't really make sense to not upgrade one of them. That is so far my understanding. I think what we want to do here, we probably want to expand these. It's a shame. Yeah. We'll do this. Get a copy of you. And then we'll place him there. Bring you into here. Together with a splitter right here. And then we'll just connect you to do the same on this guy. That way we can continuously produce on both of those. And I think that should be pretty good. First upgrade is done. I turned on the auto upgrade for this guy as well. I figured if we're anyway upgrading, we might as well get him to the highest level since this guy is also being produced. In the meantime, I took a look at this. And I'm like, surely we can do this faster, right? So let's get a splitter in here. And let's see if we can copy this out so we can get some more work done. Can we have a merger as well? I don't think we need a merger. We can just do that, right? And then, actually, probably do need a copy of this as well. And then we can drag you here instead. And then you guys can combine into there. Hopefully that should mean that these do not have any backup anymore. It's backing up a little bit here, but I think that's fine. Okay, been doing some testing here, and it seems like everything is a 1-to-1 ratio, with the idea that some of them have duplicate inputs. So yeah, it seems like the idea is that you should use 2 of these guys, and I should probably do something like this. I should have another one right here. This guy should just input directly to this. So we would go you into there, and then this guy would be inputting something like this. And then these 2 will be their own row instead. Because everyone does 30 seconds. These have 2 inputs, so they should be split into 2. I don't know if it matters if you... I don't think it matters if you go one of these. How fast is a belt? 120 operations per minute. Yeah, so one belt is able to sustain 4 of these burners then? Can you go this way and have it connect to both? No. Then you need to split them. Okay. Alright, so belts is more efficient than I thought it was, but the setup otherwise is more or less the same. We are producing here now, so slowly but surely we're getting more of these gray cores. It has slowed down quite a bit. It has slowed down quite a bit. If we want to expand this even further, we can add another one of these. And that would be doable. So just go with that one right here. And get rid of you. And guess something like that. They will just fill up by themselves. These are still not producing fast enough fully. You guys have backed up completely. So yeah. Looks like we are moving in the right direction. Bots is just about to be done. Let me get rid of this little testing setup that I did. Remove and refund, please. Thank you. So let's then take a look at the next thing that we need to build, which is the blue pigment refinery. We can build that. What would we use that for? That will just produce blue pigments. I'm guessing that's for painting in some way. Maybe the bots upgrading buildings produce more in the same input. Yeah, not sure what those are used for, but we'll figure it out. So if we go with that one over here, we can use that for the blue pigments. We're gonna need each of these then. So let's just add them to the pinned parts in our modules. That way we can easily access them from over here. And I think what we can do, the easiest one here, is probably just to take these guys, stack them on top of each other for this, and then paint them black. So if we were to do that, we also have this guy actually, so maybe I should just make another one of these burners. So we do this, get you guys to go here, something like that. And with a bunch of extractors, we should be able to get those going as well. Can we get you out of here? I don't think you can actually get out of there. Okay. Never mind. Go away. You can go this way instead. And then we'll combine all of you into one, bring you out that way. And we should actually have 2 of these. So let's see, we have 2 going into here, so that's 30 plus 30 going into 30 out, which is one of those. And then we have this guy going in 20, so we actually need 2 of these guys. Okay, so if we do this, we can copy another setup right here. And we can then probably just get rid of this guy, right? So we do that, we'll bring you into there. He then goes into this guy, which means that we could actually double this again, but then we need to add more of these guys. So I think we'll just go like this. Let's go splitter right there, and then one right there. That should split everything up into these guys. And that should eventually give us everything that we need coming out. So out of here we should have flats as well as the bars. Yes, nice. Alright, so then next up we need to stack the bars, which means that we need another assembler. And that should actually have even more of these. I think we will just accept that. And go like this. And I think I messed that up. Let's see if we go edit, bring you down here instead. I think we're gonna have to cut into this guy to get one more line out for the double one that we need right here. I do believe. Okay, so that's good. This one is also going to need to be split. And we're gonna have to have a splitter that goes cuts them in two, correct? I'm kind of doing double at this point. Just like that, and then we're gonna have one side black, one side non-colored. So that guy, that will be black. Out of that will this come. And then we want to assemble them together just like this, I believe. And then when you come out, we want another black item, so we should move you guys there. Allow one splitter in here. And I think we are at a point now where we can put these together. Yeah. So these are going to be... Excuse me? Aren't you an assembler? Reset. There we go. Got confused there for a second. Yeah, we're gonna flip you on his side. And we're gonna put this guy on top of it, and that will be this shape right here. More or less identical. And that will go into here. Just like that. That's the first shape done. Next shape will be out of this guy. And it will be just the cut apart ones put on their side. Just like that. Confirm that, and that will be one of the large ones. And then those just needs to be painted to be black. And then they will go into here as well. There we have two of them done, so this one is done, and we have this one done. So we can go into here and add some grabbers for that, some new cranes, which seems pretty good. Next up we just need this guy, which, let's see, where are we painting? We're painting here. Which is way too late for us to be satisfied with it. Okay. So what we need to do then is we need to split it from here. We need to bring the white guys over this way. We need to put a splitter in here. One of them are gonna get colored black. And then they are going to go combine into this guy. And you are gonna go around this way. This is gonna go... Okay, can we stop? Can I not have a... Surely I can have a leap underneath here. There we go. We'll do that. Combine that. Get rid of the extra, and let's see. Actually, we don't need to do that. We can do that, that, and let's see if we can have you go like that instead. Looks like that works, very good. And that will allow you to get your last little bits as well. So that is the blue coloring. Done. That combination, do we get the right combination out of this? If we put them together, we do. And that will be this one. Very nice. Very nice. We're done with the bots as well, so whatever we had have been delivered. Let's upgrade these guys. We can actually put them on auto upgrade. Do the same with one of these maybe. That should be pretty good. And the blue pigment is coming along nicely as well. Let's make one of these drone hubs. Just connect him to pick that up. And they will hover over there for a little bit until everything gets going again. Alright, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I've really enjoyed this game. I hope you're interested in taking a look. If you do, then again, there's a free demo available right now. Just take a look at the description down below and you will find exactly what you're looking for. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, then click that like button, make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.